the thing that stood out to me today was verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. And so what Solomon, I think, is saying here is that before anything else, we must understand, right, that there is a Lord. And then further, that the rest of Scripture teaches that He created, and He created for a purpose, and our purpose is to relate to Him, is to glorify Him, is to please Him, that the world is His, and it is for His pleasure that He created. And if we have any understanding of reality that is different than that, then our application of knowledge, wisdom, will be flawed. Okay? And then I think about these other books I've got in front of me. This is the Jehovah's Witness translation of Scripture. They teach that Jesus came back in 1914, a description of reality that's different than all the rest of the books on the table. And they teach that you work your way to God, and that's the way to please Him. The Mormons and the Muslims, they each, their founder, Joseph Smith and Muhammad, they each, their founders were visited by an angel and told that all the religions of the world at their time were corrupt and that they were going to get a true teaching, and they go ahead to lay out that teaching here, which is a little different in the application, but basically you're going to work your way to please God. Christopher Hitchens is a modern-day atheist evangelist, and this is his book, God is Not Great, How Religion Poisons Everything, and he says that that all the rest of us who are religious in some way are poisoning the world and doing the world a great evil, and that he has the truth, and the truth is it's a material world, and we all need to just suck it up and get over it, and we're all going to die, so we better get what we want while we can. Eckhart Tolle he and Oprah are great evangelists for the New Age religion. In his book, his best-selling book, A New Earth, on page 71, he says that the truth is inseparable from who you are. Yes, you are the truth, which should, bring everyone listening some great comfort today. And he goes on to quote Jesus. He said, Jesus tried to convey the truth that we all each are truth, when he said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And he goes on to say that Christians have it wrong if we claim that the Scripture is true, but he says we misunderstand Jesus when Jesus was saying, you're the truth. You need to look within yourself to find enlightenment. And here are some Hindu scriptures, and they teach that that the universe is an illusion, and that we just all need to defeat this recycling of death and rebirth, reincarnation, and be absorbed into an impersonal force they call Brahma. And so they teach reality is very much different than the Scripture. The Scripture teaches that God created, and that creation was good, and then it broke way back here. Relationship with God broke, relationship with other people broke, relationship with creation broke. Relationship, I don't have a right relationship within myself. At times I think too highly of myself. Other times I think too low of myself. And that's broken. And that one day He'll fix it. The good part's back here. Right? But in between, the only way to please God is through faith in Him. And the way to salvation is through faith in His work, in God's work, not my own work. In fact, there's nothing I can add to it. And that's supposed to express my thankfulness for salvation. A follower of Jesus' expression is in good works, because I'm so thankful for what God did for me, and that I know that He's going to set things right. And I know that one day I'll stand in front of Him. And I know one day I'll give an account for my life. And I so badly want my friends and my neighbors to be standing there and one day hear, well done, good and faithful servant. And I believe that is the accurate description of reality. So today let's focus on verse 7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. And everything else comes after that. But foundational to the universe is the Lord.